Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about the integral. We have the integral from negative number 2 to negative number 1 of x minus 3 over the square root of 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 dx. So now I will show you the technique how to answer the question. We need to do about factorization in here. So you go about x squared minus 2x. Next, we need to add number 1 in here. So outside we need to negative number 2, because 2 multiplied with number 1, you go about positive number 2. So that's why we need to have negative number 2 in here. This one is about negative number 3. Next, we need to use about integration by trigonometric substitution. In here, we go about x minus 1 to the power of 2. So we have x minus 1 equals to the square root of 3 over 2, and we will about secant of t. So we do first the derivative of this one. You will get about dx equals to this one, secant of t times t dt. So we need to find the value of x in here. So you go about x equals to this one plus number 1, because we move the negative number 1 on the right. Now we need to change the value negative number 2 and negative number 1. If x is negative number 2, so we can find t equals to, so we put negative number 2 in here, so you go about negative number 3. Negative number 3 divide this square root, and you get about secant of negative number 3 over the square root. Similar for negative number 1. So that's a negative number 2 over this square root. Now we need to change this one. Negative number 2 we change in here, and negative number 1 we change this one. X minus 1 we change for this one. X we change for this one. dx we change for this one. Now we need to simplify the number. This one you will go about 3 over 2 secant t squared. So we go about number 2 and number 2. So you go about 3 secant t squared. We have the square root number 3 we put outside. Next, we have secant t squared minus 1, you will go about tan t square. So we put this one in here. The square root of tan t is about tan t. Now we have secant, we have tan t and the square root number 3 that will cancel together, and now you will get about this one. One minus 3 is about negative number 2. So this one multiply with this one, and negative number 2 multiply with this one. So we got about 2 integrals. So the first one is about secant t square, and you got about square root number 3 over 2. So we put about dt in here. The second one, that should be about negative number 2 multiplied with this one. And now we have the integral in here. Next, this one we will go about tan t, so we can calculate this one. So you got about square root number 15 over 2 minus square root number 5 over 2. Now we go to the second one. So for this one, I will concentrate about find the integral of secant t dt only. Later that we input the number. So we change to the integral of 1 over cosine t dt. We multiply with cosine t on numerator and denominator. So for this one, we can change about 1 minus sine t square. So we can use about integration by substitution. So we put about z equal to sine t, dz equal to cosine t dt. So we got about dz in here. This one you got about z square. Next, 1 minus z square, we can put about 1 minus z multiplied with 1 plus z. On numerator, we put about 1 minus z plus 1 plus z, because we have number 1 and number 1 is about number 2, so we need to divide by 2 in here. 1 minus z divide 1 minus z, you got about 1 over 1 plus z, and 1 plus z divide 1 plus z, you got about 1 over 1 minus z. And now we can get the final answer. About z, we need to change back for sine t. Now let's concentrate this one. So after we calculate about secant t, we will input the number in here. So we have the square root of 1 over 2, and because we have number 2 and 1 over 2, they will cancel. So this one you will get about this number in here. So we compile the answer. This one and this one. Because we have the negative in here, so we change the sign in here. That's the end. Thank you for watching.